Already told everyone in the lobby.
We are so back. Welcome back to the we're back. Audio's on. I was making sure. Nebula Grandmasters. Game 1. Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. We're in game 2 and the stream is back. And so I think these teams are ready for game number 2 here. Let's go ahead and tell these guys to join on up. We are back, and it is a very dominant game 1 performance. Now we are going on to new stream, new team here for the Grandmasters. You just gotta believe in that a little bit. But Kareem, appreciate it. You were helping me out. I got my food. Now we are ready here for this Grandmasters Nebula series. Grandmasters got a little extra time to talk about some things. Ventus got a little bit extra time on the ball. The flick was good. Dinzy with the save. Shun putting that ball back mid. Yerkes very confident on that challenge. And Ventus is going to be there. Ventus is going to try to rip a shot. The bump doesn't come through. Zimbez has the clear. But I'm already liking what I'm seeing out of this Grandmasters team. A great pass there from Yerkes. Ventus doesn't get the touch. Dinzy doesn't get the double. Zimbez is up. Yerkes gets the beat. Yerkes the double. Not going to fall in his favor here. And Tashega is going to now look for the counter, but Ventus doesn't want any of that. Has that ball cleared immediately back into this Nebula half. Zimbez, though, he has a little bit of boost, but he gets bumped immediately. The challenge a lot earlier here on the side of Grandmasters, and Ventus is a heat-seeking missile getting that bump. Ventus now going to try to pass it back mid. Yerkes not going to go for this one. Saw the double commit. Wisely backed off. Shun now to look for Ventus. Yerkes going to take this one. And Yerkes now with some boost, maybe a shooting opportunity. The flip reset wins that 50 hard. Dinzy gonna get, Zinvez gonna get the save. Gonna get the clear out as well. And I'm so far, Chunk, this Grandmaster team has kicked it up a notch. I think they're channeling so much earlier here, not letting this Nebula team just do whatever they want in the air like they were in Game 1. I think the communication and the trust between the teams has gotten a little bit better, but it doesn't matter if you're not on the pitch and Tashega is screaming that one to the back of the net.
Yeah, big demo here from Zinvez on that last man, and Tashega will put it right where he needs to, behind that second man, and Nebula will find themselves up early though, and like you were just talking about, Grandmasters really kind of playing more aggressive than they were in Game 1. Playing with a new player, you can't really play the same that you were without him. Every Rocket League player kind of plays differently, so maybe we see some of that happening for Grandmasters, and I'm curious to see if they kind of continue this playstyle.
Yeah, I think going all in like that, it's very risky and results in a lot of counterattacks, and well, let's just say that's how I played, and man, it was a nail-biter of a series. So it's this Grandmaster team, if they're able to pull it off, I do believe they can take some games here, but this Nebula team so far has been too solid. Shun looking for the air dribble, trying to get around one, but Zinvez is just ready for that one. He reads those in his sleep, and a 2-0 lead here for Nebula.
And Nebula ready for everything. Give it to them, ready for the big hit middle, and Zinvez just looking in awe at his 50 as it will find its way into the net and put them up here too. And we've seen a lot of demos coming out for Nebula.
Open!
And Grandmasters will find a big goal here to put it within reach here, Flip.
Yeah, and the demo's huge. The follow-up bump as well, Shun. He doesn't miss the open net twice. He's able to go ahead, cut that lead in half here. And now we'll see if more kickoff shenanigans happens, or if we will see an actual goal for this Nebula roster, as Tashega going to try to put that ball mid, and Ventus with some time. Just kidding, Ventus is gone. Yerkes going to get that ball, ball clear, and Tashega doesn't have the touch. Yerkes pops that ball up high, looking for a follow-up from Shun, but it's going to be Dinzy on the ball here with some boost, with the pass mid. Oh my goodness. Tashega couldn't put it through two defenders, but still, more pressure here for Nebula. Zimbez to the backboard, looking for the double. Not going to be there for him as Dinzy puts that ball up for Tashega. Tashega on the backboard. Ventus waiting for him. Now Ventus with some boost, but no real follow-up. But now maybe an open shot here. Zinvez gets the save to Shega. Actually, I think had to make the final save, but Shun once again has an open net. He missed the first one in game 1, and he's 2 for 2 here in game 2, and that's a tied game.
Yeah, the demos on that last man have really opened up shooting for these open nets who has shown up after missing that one, like you said, drilling these opportunities, putting this within reach for Grandmasters who have shown up here after their game 1 loss.
Game 1 loss, really not phasing them. Looking for one more there from Yerkes, and a couple epic saves have to come out from the Nebula squad. Ventus gonna leave that one for Shun, even if he didn't want to. Shun gonna pass that ball back mid. Ventus gonna try to pop that one over to Shega, but Denzi is gonna be the reciprocator of that pass. Now Denzi to the corner. Zinvez trying to get the shot through Shun, but not able to. And Ventus with the speed getting it over Denzi, but to Shega on the back line, off the ceiling, going for the ground double, doesn't quite get the touch, but instead it's a bump into a shot. Oh my goodness, Yerkes still makes the save, and Ventus on the counter attack. The touch isn't great, maybe the follow-up one is. The 50's there, Shun, Yerkes, they double commit, but the Shega still able to make the save. Yerkes had the game-saving save, it feels like. Can this Grandmaster team capitalize? Because if there's a time to, it is right now here, Chunkin, with a minute remaining. I think they have a shot at doing it.
Yeah, that was an incredible save. It was a 3v1. They had 2 people running for him. I think he went off for a squishy and is able to somehow find the way around it, which it really nearly leads this this Grandmasters team to have some momentum just after a heartbreaking opportunity failed for Nebula, as they will find more offense.
Now, can this Nebula team find that goal that was taken away from them? Or will this Grandmaster team capitalize the opportunity? But Yerkes does it again! The squishy save coming through. He is avoiding these bumps beautifully. Shu doesn't have any boost. Tashego gets a good 50, but Ventus a little backwards. But Yerkes still able to make a nice 50. Tashega, no boost here still. Trying to stay on that ball as close as possible. Shu with a nice pop. Dinzy going to be up there trying to kill this ball. Maybe send this to overtime. Yerkes doesn't want to do that, but it will be overtime here in game number 2 here, Chunk.
Yeah, a nail biter. We've seen so many good attacks, and we've seen Yerkes go off the roof of his goal for squishy saves and get them to make miraculous saves from the demos we've seen from Nebula. And we've kind of seen some demos from Grandmasters as well, just a physical game. I'm curious to see who can capitalize on their physical play here. That will most likely lead to the game-winning goal here in game 2.
Yeah, but I do think this Nebula team still is the one that's in control. And this Nebula team, they just gotta find one way through. To shake with the back pass. Dinzy gonna pop that ball up. Pass to Yerkes. You can't do it a third time, can you? The double is good, but Yerkes is better. The save is there. And Ventus does not have the chance to go, as Dinzy doesn't want any part of that. A huge demo and more control. A nice 50, but Ventus is back. A nice clear. Shun, you don't have that angle. Tashega was waiting on it as well. To the sidewall, no double coming through. Shun gonna pop that one back towards Zinvez. Zinvez looking for a pass mid. It's gonna be Ventus popping that ball high. Dinzy with some boost, looking for some control. Gets a flip reset, going for the mustard. But Yerkes gonna have that ball cleared. Yerkes maybe one more 50, and Zinvez does get it. But it's gonna be Tashega popping that ball back mid. Shun is up. Dust the Dinzy right there. Zinvez touch a little awkward. Ventus with a shooting opportunity, clangs that one off the crossbar, and it rings loud and true. Shun now with some time. Shun now with the flick. Dinzy with the dunk. This overtime, though, is getting scarier and scarier if you're this Nebula squad. The more time flies by, the more chances Grandmasters is getting. They're adjusting, they're adapting, they are doing so well. Might not be enough, though, but Yerkes is always back. That touch there, gonna try to be followed by Zinvez, looking for the double touch. Shun doesn't have the angle, nobody in net, the bump comes through. Finally, they find the crack in the armor, and Nebula take game 2.
Yeah, bump on Shun puts him out of position. Ventus tries to make up for it, miss flips, unfortunately, and Denzi will find the game-winning goal here to set them up here with a 2-0 lead after our stream went down, and able to keep on after that big game 1.
Man, big game 1 there for Nebula, but big game 2 here for Grandmasters, and I think this game means a lot more than the scoreboard. I'm looking at the shot total because last time it wasn't pretty, let me tell you, but this shot total is it's 14-10 in favor of Grandmasters. Like, they had the pressure, they had the shots, and on the defensive end, it's not like they weren't saving the ball. You had Yerkes in net being Superman, and somehow, some way, Nebula, they caught him out. He wasn't in net that time, and that's why the ball got in the back of the net. But Yerkes himself had 5 saves that game, so I'm going to look to continue to see. I think Bentis, his points aren't high, but he's the player that has just been going. He has been channeling everything. Server goes down. Server goes down for maintenance. Everything is going perfectly in this series. But I mean, this is it's just too good. This gives more time for the Grandmasters, though. But this last game, Yerkes played a very impactful role as third man, but I do think Ventus really stepped up as that first man, just sending it. He's not giving this Nebula team any time. I think Shun is doing that as well, very well. But now it's about putting that final piece together and getting more, honestly, clean goals on the board, because so far there were 2 open nets for Shun there. One was caused by a demo, and I think that is a clean goal. Like, that's the kind of plays that you need to see at a Grandmasters. The other one, a little bit of a falter on the defensive end for Nebula. So, Grandmasters, I think a couple more demos from Ventus, which he was doing well. I think they have the game plan. They have the strategy, the minor things. That's all that's got to get cleaned up, and I do think that they can take this series.
Yeah, we saw a whole lot of different energy from Grandmasters last game, as everyone making do with the circumstances they are given so far in the series, as Murphy's Law seems to be taking effect on the field and off the field here, as we head into game 3, where no timeout comes for this Grandmasters team, but with how hot they've been coming up, as I say that, a big goal comes in from across the map. With how they improved, though, from game 1 to 2, that they really didn't need it, but a big miss just goes right over the last man for this Grandmasters team, and Nebula will find one early.
That's what you want if you're Nebula. You don't want to be playing from behind. You want that early lead, and you want to try to continue to press that lead. This Nebula team, they like playing offense, let me tell you. This Tashega guy, he's pretty good at it. As Denzi was just hunting for the demo, Ventus going to win that 50, but Denzi on the backboard. Yerkes, you don't do it another time. He can't get it that time, but he was going for it. But Denzi is able to secure that goal. A 2-0 lead here for Nebula.
Yeah, it seems like the squishy muffins magic kind of weared out, as Denzi able to put it low on the double right under a squishy saving Yerkes for what we saw from him game 2, and Nebula come out strong, proving their point here in this game 3.
Yeah, and I want to point out, these kickoffs, those diagonal kickoffs have been won and hard cheated every single time, it feels like, by this Nebula team. I don't know. I know Zinvez and Denzi, they're buddies. They play a good amount, as Zinvez puts a nice shot on here, but that kickoff strat is winning them a lot of these possessions, and it is just allowing so much pressure here. As Denzi now looking for the catch, looking for the pass mid. It's over Ventus, but Shun is going to have that answered. Ventus, that one goes high. Ventus looking for one more. That's some people read that. I don't know who, but somebody was reading that one, and instead, it's going to be cleared all the way out and pinched once again. Ventus now, he's hunting. He was going for the demo. I think he might have had a shot, although a very difficult one. But Yerkes gets demoed, respawns, gets a nice clear, but the shot's better, and Shun is not helping out here as Nebula go up 3-0.
Yeah, it just seems like a little panic on a flipping Shun. Didn't know if people were back with boosts, and kind of panics, puts it in his own net. A little acceleration on that shot, but Nebula has had all the pressure to make this Grandmasters team panic here in this game 3, and I don't blame them. These kickoffs, like you said, have been so successful to really set up the pressure and the suffocation that this Nebula team has been able to do on offense.
Yeah, and Tashega, one more opportunity here. A nice 50. Couldn't quite get it on target after he beat the last man, but Ventus, a 0 boost, Not going to have that much of an opportunity here. Yerks, though, he sure can. Hits that one to the ceiling. Maybe looking for a reset. No, just goes for the shot, and he's able to slot it top bins. A great shot there from Yerks. A 1 goal on the board here, cutting it down to 1-3.
Yeah, Yerks has got to be that player to step up in the absence of Logan. He is the highest sell on this field right now for Grandmasters, and they need him on offense, especially. We've seen him perform great defense, but we've seen Nebula's offense, which has been impressive so far, just really suffocate this Grandmasters team, and they're going to need him to make plays for them.
Right, and this Nebula team, so far they've been playing really well, and I will say, this run of theirs has been against a Blizzard team without Bolts, and now a Grandmaster team without Logan, and that Blizzard team took them to 7, so it is very doable for this Grandmaster team as well, as Yerks has an open net here. This one gonna get put away. That it was there. Just had to make sure. That one, though, from Yerks is almost always automatic.
Yeah, big pop. Looked like Chega could nearly get back, but just the power and the precision on that double touch puts it away, and Yerks stepping up for Grandmasters, like I said. They put it within a 1-goal game, like you said, against Blizzard. Game 7, very doable. Even if you don't win the series, it is possible to at least win 1 game, but Nebula looking to do everything in their power to get this game into a sweep and make their bid into the grand finals as quick as possible.
That would be ideal for them. They have a Phoenix team that is waiting for the winner of this series. Shun looking to contribute here as he pops that ball up for Yerk, but Tashega with the beat. Tashega's the double off target. Dinzy not going to go, but he did turn. A little bit awkward for him as Tashega off the ceiling is going to have a nice touch. The touch there from Ventus, though. Going to bounce that ball in the corner. Nobody is there for the shots, and Zinvez able to make it clear. Dinzy with a beautiful first touch here. Gonna go for the flip reset, and just tries to get the pop over Yerk, but Yerk's just having none of that. Tashega in the corner, 0 boost. Tashega just has to pop that ball up high. Ventus and Shun double commit. Ventus wins that one out. Zinvez, though, with control off the back wall. One nice little pop here, but a good follow-up from Shun. Yerk's in the air, but the touch only to Tashega, who puts that one in the back corner. Ventus is gonna be the first one there, but Zinvez does not respect that at all. Dinzy with a nice touch, but Yerk's with the speed. Zinvez with the shot. Or sorry, Zinvez with the save. Dinzy, though, that one. Another follow-up. Yerk's with a follow-up from the pass, but the clear is beautiful off the crossbar. Shoot. Towards the sidewall, gets the double. Yerk's going to be there for the follow. Maybe having a pass mid. Ventus tried to read him, but Zinvez pre-flipped and got the dunk. Zinvez now trying to follow up on Shun. Shun gets that beat on 2. Dinzy trying to race back here as Tashega got beat. That ball off the backboard, the touch there from Ventus, but Dinzy's going to have to clear. Shun going to look for the turn, look for the 50. No, it's just going up high. Tashega has 0 boost, still able to get the clear. Yerk's going to pop that ball up. No follow-up from Ventus, though, but he's there for that touch. Tashega with 0 boost. No boost here for Dinzy either. Gets bumped in net, but Shun doesn't get the touch. And Zinvez in the air just has to kill this ball or get the final goal. And there it is. That's the dagger here. And now it is a 3-0 lead here for Nebula.
Yeah, I would say an impressive flurry of attacks for Grandmasters. Just not able to find anything to stout Zinvez and Denzi combo. Kind of known for their defense, but we've seen them be able to shut down that final flurry of attacks here for Grandmasters as they will go up 3-0.
The own goal attempt from Tashega, once again, was beautiful, but it is, in the end, Nebula winning this one out. A 4-2 victory here, 3-0 in the game department now. And I'm going to assume Grandmasters are going to type that timeout button real quick. Let's go ahead and type that one up. And there it is, the timeout going to get called here by the Grandmasters. And this is what they need. They need a little breather. They need a little break. They need to take a drink of their Dr. Pepper. That's what I'm doing right now. Nah, it's just what they needed. I do think the Grandmasters have one shot, and that one shot is Yerkes. That man is a demon on the ball, off the ball, everywhere on the pitch. But sadly, there's 2 demons in a Tashega on the other side. And Tashega can sometimes be a demon in playoffs. He's known to do that. So I do think this Nebula team, they're outclassing them, it feels like. And Grandmasters, I'm seeing the connection between Ventus and Yerkes. If there was one more player named Logan on that pitch, I feel like this series is a whole different thing. But Yerkes is still really that dude. So Chunk, if you had to give one piece of advice, you're down 0-3, you're in do or die situation. What are you telling your team right now in this timeout?
We've seen a lot of aggression from Grandmasters. It didn't really. We saw a lot of chasing. It didn't really result in demos or a goal there at the end for them. I think that we've got to find a successful way to make guaranteed opportunities for Grandmasters if we are in that one goal hole that they found themselves. So I think we need to be more diligent on our demo attempts. If we're not able to get them, be able to rotate back and really shut down this Nebula offense that has been so deadly. If you're not able to go on offense, maybe get a solid defense like we've seen from Yerkes, who has stepped up both offensively and defensively. They're going to need that man, but Ventus also got to show why he's been a starter for this Grandmasters team all season long.
Yeah, and I do think Ventus has had a couple mistakes. Obviously, there was that one that I think he got caught a little too high up as third man and led into just a long shot into the goal. But I do think Ventus has been playing well for his role. It's just, I think they're going to need a little bit more out of him if they want to win this series, a game. Shun not going to have that ball, but Denzi looking for a touch, but Shun was on the backboard with them. Yerk's last man going to go ahead and chow, but that ball bouncing off the corner, a little awkward. Tashega, open net, nails the crossbar. Nails it, but Shun helping the Nebula roster out once again.
Yeah, Shun bumped by Zinvez on his way out, and, and Shega bangs that crossbar, max velocity, max power, but Shun hits the ball in what could have been either a crossbar in or a crossbar out. We will never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Never. But Dinzy gonna try to go for a little solo play here. Tashega backing that one up. Terry and Zinvez has to get that ball clear. Vintage gonna pump that ball up high. Tashega, he got a little overconfident with that one. Had to barely get a touch there. Yerkes and Vintage on top of each other. Not what you want to see if you are, excuse me, this Grandmasters team. But it's going to be Dinzy getting a nice pop. And Dinzy's been so good on the solo plays. I feel like it's contributing a lot of pressure here on this Grandmasters team as Tashega now in the air. Going for a double touch off the ceiling. And Yerkes is going to have that one followed up. Dinzy in the air. No boost. Follow it. Shun gets the air dribble. Ventus says, thank you very much. I'll take it right back. Ventus going for the low 50. Almost had it. Yerkes with 0 boost. Just go ahead and chow. He was last man getting bumped. So made the best of that situation, but Dinzy gets a nice demo. Tried to get the pass on, but Ventus had the save. Yerkes now on the back wall, trying to get that ball cleared. Shun gonna have to follow up that touch. Tashega gets it around him. Ventus with 0 boost. Dinzy is jumping at ghosts, and Yerkes is able to get this ball clear. Shun, the touch on one, around one, but Tashega's still on it. Shun not able to get the follow up here, and it's going to be Zinvez trying to make a play happen. Doesn't have a whole lot of boost though, so Tashega going to take that one from him. Yerkes up, but he's beat. Shun up, but he gets the beat that time, and Zinvez might have an open net, not going to have the power. Shun was on the backboard waiting for it. Yerkes with a nice flick. Yerkes on the 2-on-1 situation, tries to pass it over to Shun. Dinzy had that one red like it's a cookbook. That one gonna be followed up by Ventus though, and Shun gonna get that one to the corner. Shun now looking for the pass over to Ventus. Off the backboard, the miss from Zinvez, but Ventus got bumped. Now, more pressure here as that ball floating high. Yerkes has some boost, but not a whole lot. Looking for the 50. Get a huge 50 on 2. Shun gonna follow that one up. Dinzy looking for the clear and gets a nice 50 right there. Grandmasters are throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this Nebula team. They're winning these 50s really hard. Dinzy is somehow following Yerkes on that bump attempt, and Grandmasters are, like I said, they're throwing everything at him, but this Nebula team is just weathering the storm so beautifully. Maybe not now. Tashega trying to get the challenge, but might be too late, but Zinvez has the save. Zinvez with the follow-up touch as well. Dinzy looking for the bumps in the backfield as Shun and Ventus with 0 boost, just trying to be as annoying as possible. Yerkes looking for the one more play, not going to happen there. And Grandmasters, they are trying so hard here. chunk, but Nebula just has an answer for everything.
Yeah, the defense has just been meeting everything. As if your attacks are too slow, you'll just get demoed as well as what we are seeing from this Nebula team there. Doing everything in their power to stop the Grandmasters, who are throwing everything to get a goal to tie the game, to extend the series, to make an opportunity for themselves. But so far, no one able to make a budge on this big defense being played by Nebula.
This could be the best opportunity they have. A huge pinch, but a huge pinch right back. That one kind of killing the opportunity here. Shu doesn't get the touch. Zinvez gets a nice pop. Dinsy's there for some reason. Vince's kid doesn't have any boost on the backboard stills. Able to make the touch to Shega. Challenge his last man could be a little dangerous, but he gets the beat. He's gonna get that shot as well. Doesn't get the dunk. Vince gets a nice pop, but Dinsy is gonna be there trying to pop that one over to his teammate. Zinvez is gonna go a little late. That one's going long, but to Shega, he backflips! Backflips! Oh my goodness! We have a tied game with 53 seconds left.
Yeah, we saw Ventus on zero boost, Hail Mary, Shega, routine save, goes by him, a misflip, and we've got ourselves a tie game despite all odds here.
If they reverse sweep this, which I am not going to say that's happening, as Tashega trying to put that one away. No, it's Zinvez. I'm sorry, their cards are the exact same. It's not my fault. Zinvez going to put that one away and say to Tashega, don't worry, little bro. We got you covered.
Yeah, making up for mistakes, putting them up here, primed to sweep here, primed to go to that grand finals, but Grandmaster's got to make something happen. Maybe an opportunity here on kickoff. Oh, a big block coming. No one really had any facilities for Grandmasters. They both just go on kickoff. Ventus finds Zinvez and Yerks, just able to get it right back on a rotating Tashega, and big play by Grandmasters to equal it up, and this game is not over.
Zinvez, Dinsy, those two players have been making the difference. Can they do it again? Not gonna go through there. I thought Zinvez might have had that double. Tashega, your last man, don't backflip this time, as Shun gets a nice touch. Vince with a beautiful pop. Zinvez, though, had that one right all the way. Dinsy has the shot. Yerks back smartly for the save. Tashega now trying to buy some time. Gets a nice pop. Yerks not going to let him have that one. Vintis, you beat the last man. Yerks the shot. It's not on track. It is. It's good. Top right corner. 3-2 lead for the Grandmasters out of nowhere.
Yeah, Grandmasters playing as a team. These last two goals, able to find beats, able to make miraculous plays, and they've looking for their first game win in what could be Benny, unless Nebula is able to find something here in the last 10 seconds.
This is not even forbidden simple yet. And if we make it there, I know this series is already crazy, as this one just has to hit the ground and Grandmasters steal a game out of the jaws of defeat there, and somehow they are still playing in this season of Nemesis, because I thought their season was over. I thought it was done for, and then some magic out of nowhere happened. Zinvez with a great performance once again, but the Grandmasters team as a whole stepping up. But still, it is that man that you're looking out for, and this chat is going crazy for. It is Yerks that has been doing it all here for this Grandmasters roster here. And Chuck, going into this next game, I expect more of the same here. I'm expecting Yerks to be all over the place as another double commit comes out for the Nebula roster. If you're Nebula, I almost called you Yerks. That would have been the biggest compliment to you ever. But if you're Nebula here, Chuck, well, what are you thinking? Are you a little nervous? You just lost that game in devastating fashion. And what are you feeling here in game number 5?
Yeah, I called you Ventus, you called me Yerks. We're both getting compliments, some greater than the others, but they're able to find the big game, maybe a little bit of momentum. We saw 2 quick goals being able to steal the game. A lot more teamwork, I'd say, coming out, but they've got to be careful. We've seen a lot of double commits as well for Grandmasters. I think if they're able to iron that out and play like we did on those last 2 possessions, they've got themselves a real shot here.
Ventus gonna hit that one off the backboard, and Zinvez with 0 boost just has to get 1 touch. Yerks could be so dangerous, but Dinsy's gonna have that ball cleared. Shun, though, they're getting a lot of these boost pads and having a lot of control of the boost, but Ventus gets beat, and Yerks, are you back for this one? He is! The man is the net himself, and you are not getting past him. That one from Dinsey is not a great 50. Ventus to the corner. The bump's coming through from Shun, and Ventus looking for the 50. That one is gonna fall on the lap of Dinsey somehow. Yerks almost had a shooting opportunity, but no cigar there. Shun not going to go for that one. It's going to be Ventus getting that ball clear. Zinvez, though, had that red, but Shun with a good follow-up touch. Tashega with the flip reset, looking for the 50, and he gets a beautiful one. Yerks just has to pop that ball up high. It's over Dinsey. Shun going to fake that one for Ventus. The shot, but the save comes out for Zinvez. Had that one pre-jump. Shun, last man back here. This is where you gotta strike. Yerks is not in net. I repeat, Yerks is not in net. Tashega knows it too. Going for the backboard, but Ventus, he is good enough to get that save, and Yerks now on the counter attack. I repeat, Yerks is on the counter attack. The shot, but the save from Zinvez once again. If you are this Nebula roster, I promise that's what you're thinking the entire time. Where is Yerks on this pitch? As he's going to take that ball towards the sidewall. Tashega going to try to get 1 touch. Shun going to be there. Tashega still gets the dunk, though. And now an opportunity here for Nebula, but that touch from Zinvez is just going to give the ball straight to Yerks, trying to pass it along to Shun. The counterattack's there, but Tashega, a routine save, and he's known for making those, as Ventus has to make a follow-up touch, and the shot there, but Yerks gets the save. Ventus going to fake it. Zinvez has no boost. Shun doesn't know that, though, so has to respect the touch. Yerks was respecting the shot as well. That man is just everywhere right now, Chunk. And this Grandmaster team still playing it close, and Nebula, the longer this game goes on, the more nervous they must be getting.
Yeah, you need that guy to be everywhere if you're a Grandmaster. She has made the most clutch plays for you. I guarantee you all season to keep your life on the line. You've got to do everything you can to feed him. As Ventus will find a great pass from Shun. Shun able to find a drop down to Ventus. Able to get a double off the post, able to find a 1-0 lead, and they got 2 minutes left to take another game off Nebula on what looked to be a dominant performance.
Nebula, though, not going to go down without swinging hard. They will be firing back, I promise, but maybe a bit too little too late as Ventus is looking for another counter, but Shun able to play the 50. That ball bouncing straight up high, though, and Yerks with 0 boost, able to make the touch. Shun with a nice fake. Promise that one, that's what that was, as Tashega gets the nice beat. Tashega looking for one more touch, couldn't get it. Zinvez, though, gonna look for the shot. Shun doesn't have the touch, but that ball bounces very favorably as Zinvez trying to pass that one back. But Ventus was already on top of that one. The ball a little awkward here, so to the sidewall it goes. Zinvez with a nice double. Tashega with a nice beat. Shun, though, on the backboard. Backflips, and Ventus is just gonna play the beat on 2, and Shun gonna take nice control of that ball. Third man Tashega shallowed that one, won the 50. Knows that they gotta get a goal here, so I respect the challenge. And Ventus going for the fake, getting the flip reset. Shun taking the boost, looking for a bump. Tashega just gonna pop this one high, trying to look for the teammate, but Yerks got demoed. Shun still trying to play that man. Ventus, he doesn't have the boost. He did backflip. I don't think he would have had the shot, though. Either way, still more pressure here for Grandmasters. Yerks and Ventus and Shun both double commit, though, but Yerks, solid man in the back. Able to make a nice clear, able to make a nice touch, not able to get the bump, though, and Dinsey has to pop that ball up high. Tashega has 100 boost, looking for Zinvez on the side, but Zinvez had 0 boost on the wall, so it's going to be Tashega following that one up, as Tashega going to leave that one for his teammates. Zinvez going to leave that one for something, and Dinsey somehow is able to come out with it. Shun has to hit that one off the corner. Tashega maybe looking for a drop down, goes for the ceiling reset, doesn't have the boost, though, and Shun's able to get that ball clear. A little too fancy here, it feels like, from Nebula. They need to play a little bit more direct, I feel like, because this Nebula team, this Grandmaster team, they don't have a whole lot of boost a lot of the time on defense, and they're giving them so much time here. But now, 4 seconds remaining, 3 seconds remaining. This ball just has to hit the ground here, and Grandmasters will have won a second game in a row. Zinvez keeps that one alive. Tashega with 0 boost, just has to pop that one up. Shun gets 1 touch, it's going to be Dinsey keeping that one alive, but 0 boost for Zinvez. Ventus gets the beat. Dinsey rushing back, getting control. That ball not going to fall yet. Zinvez able to pop it up. No follow-up, though, and that one is going to hit the ground. Tashega didn't have the boost to follow, but Grandmasters win a second one in a row. And uh-oh, look out, Nebula. The Grandmasters have arrived.
Yeah, things will look scary the longer the series goes on is what we said, and things may start to look even scarier if Nebula is not able to find an answer to this surge that Grandmasters has had, able to play solid enough defense, come out with a 1-0 victory in that game 5, and we've got ourselves a game 6. We are on Forbidden Temple. These antics are gonna go crazy in the series.
This one is going to be dangerous, and there's the kickoff we know and love as Zinvez is just going to get that one for free. The Zinvez kickoff is just so good. They kill it every time. The hard sheet just gets the pop. They know what they're doing on these kickoffs, Chuck.
Yeah, they found a recipe that just seems to work for them, and well, it could be a heartbreaker for Grandmasters if they are not able to find a goal this game. They're going to be playing on that back foot for however long it takes them to find a successful attack, and they've got to play, I'd say, calm and collected. Even though you're down 1, you don't want to panic and find yourselves in a further hole.
They have been here before. Not on Forbidden Temple, though. Crazy things happening. Yerkes gets a free pass there from Tashega. A huge 50, though, by Dinzy and Shun. Gonna take some 100 boost. Gonna get absolutely dunked on by Tashega. Gonna look for another one as Ventus doesn't own goal, but it looked like it was close. Yerkes loses that 50. Ventus doesn't get the touch. Shun last man back here as Dinzy gonna try to play the beat on him. Zinvez was looking for something. I think it was a demo. Tashega pops that ball straight up in the air, and Yerkes is gonna have that ball cleared. Zinvez to the sidewall. Yerkes doesn't get the touch, but Shun is. He pops that ball way high. Dinzy able to get the touch. Tashega able to get the follow-up, and Ventus is gonna have to clear that one right back. Towards the back wall, Tashega says, I'll play some ping pong, but takes some control. Looking for the 50. Doesn't get the touch off the ground, and it's going to be Yerkes passing that ball mid. Nobody there from Grandmasters to shoot that one, though. Dinzy in the air. Shun going to play beat, and he does. Zinvez has to go to the backboard, but Ventus, well, the demo, the save from Tashega. Ventus can't put it away, and Grandmasters had an opportunity. Nebula denied them, and now they're looking for the counterattack.
Yeah, the big smoke screen made it so I couldn't see a lot of what happened, but Chega able to save the big counterattack. Ventus not able to follow it up, and we've got ourselves a dangerous game for both these teams. One mistake could be the end for Grandmasters as we know it, and one mistake from Nebula could give this Grandmasters all the wind in the sails that they need to take this game, and if they take this game, they've got all the things going for them if we reach a game 7.
And a shot like that might just do it. But Yerkes with the save. Shun with the follow. The pitch from Zinvez is good. The shot's not on target, though. And Shun trying to start that counterattack. Tashega cuts that one off. Dinzy on the sidewall. No boost to work with. Still able to get it past one. Shun has to dive in for the save. 0 boost here on the side of the Grandmasters. That's the team I'm talking about. Is Ventus able to get the clear still. Shun with a beautiful fake right there, and Ventus is going to try to take control. Tashega looking for the cucks. Doesn't matter as that ball does not go anywhere. Yerkes looking for the pass mid. Dinzy not able to get a touch on that one. Shun gonna look for the follow-up, and the shot might be here for Ventus. Super awkward. Shun not gonna be able to put that one on target, and it's gonna be Yerkes trying to follow up this ball here. Plenty of time. Tashega has 0 boost. Tashega's just gonna jump and get a huge clear on not the ball, but on the player. And Yerkes just clear, not great. The save though has to come out from Ventus, and Shun has to jump for that one. Sends that one back mid. Guess who's on the ball? It's Yerkes off the corner. You don't do that one, Yerkes. It's to the backboard. The follow-up shot not gonna be there. Now Shun gets pre-jumped 1 hour ago. Ventus has to rush back. That's a great pass from Tashega. Zinvez hits it back off the corner. Zinvez looking for the shot. The bumps, but the save from Ventus comes through. He grabbed the 100 boost, not able to follow the ball though. Yerkes able to get the 50 into Tashega. It gets beat out here. Looking for the bump, and he kind of messed him up, but still able to get the 50. The touch there, though, really awkward. Shun got bumped, but Dinzy not able to shoot that one. Tashega tries to play it, but it's just a 3-on-1 counterattack now. The bump doesn't come through. The defense from Zinvez is just top-notch this game. And now he's looking for the counter once again. Dinzy not going to have the shot because it was blocked. The pass was blocked by Ventus, and it's going to be Tashega with the shot. Yerkes, I think Yerkes thought Shun had a touch, but Tashega is just too quick, and he gets a 2-0 lead here for Nebula.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ventus, no boost, not able to make a play. He wasn't close on that ball. We saw Yerkes a little bit upfield, and what could be a dagger, but Grandmasters, we saw them storm back before. They're gonna need to find a little more magic on the board here. If they can find a goal, they've got all the all the talent here to do so. We've seen it before.
Seen it before. Will we see it again? Shoot, not able to get a touch there, and Tashega trying to waste as much time as possible, but a huge clear comes out. Vince just trying to follow this one. Sinbez tried to free jump it, doesn't have the touch though. And then the net's a little awkward. Shun gets a pop, but no shot coming through. Yerk's still on the ball, looking for the flick, and Dinzy had that one pre-jump. Dinzy now looking for the clear over to Tashega. Is that the shot? No. That one gonna go wide. Shun now. Zero boost on Workplace. Just tries to get a flick, tries to get a bump as well. Zinva's a little awkward to Shega. He's gonna win the beat there, and Ventus was in their corner, just getting a demo, and Dinzy's last man back now. Yerks, you gotta make the play happen! The air dribble bump! The cringe is there! The finish is not! And now, it's just a matter of time for the Grandmasters to lose this one and end their season. Nebula, send that one to the ground and send themselves to the Grand Finals. What a series. Shout out to Grandmasters for a great performance. Without their best player, they played their hearts out. Yerks, man, he did as much as he could. Ventus played super well. Shun started stepping up whenever they needed him most. But in the end, Chunk, this Nebula team, 3 really good Titan players, came out on top, and I can't say that the better team lost. I think the better team won here today. If there was a full roster on the side of Grandmasters, we're having a different conversation. But this right here, this was the team that Nebula had to play against, and that's the team that they had to beat, and that's what they did here. Chunk, thank you. I mean, the first off, Chunk, you got anything to say about that series? Because it was a crazy one.
Like you said, I like the performance Grandmasters had given their circumstance. They made the best out of it. I would say they played their hearts out. They did everything they could. But sometimes you're just kind of out chemistryed, outclassed. If they maybe had some more time, different player or what ifs. But at the end of the day, we will see Nebula just beating the road that was in front of them. Some would say they beat players without some of their star players, but they're able to get it done nonetheless. And I think that that's just really impressive. And we'll see them play Phoenix in the grand finals of Titan League. All the marbles on the line.
Yeah, and we will be right back. You know, after watching the Mickey run that was this Nebula roster, they had some free wins for sure. We will see who our next matchup is. You know, we do gotta go back down to the novice league for this one, so we're getting the peaks of all types here in this Nemesis Gaming League. But it's gonna be our last semifinal of the night. We'll be right back after a short break. See you guys then. Deuces.
Really? He puts it in! 0 seconds remaining! The team's gonna be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness! Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through! He's gonna get the shot! He's gonna put it in! Back to back! Backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net!
High off the backboard here. Opportunity! Here comes the shot!
Is this serious? Hold on, surely this can... Oh my lord!
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, open thing on the goal line. He did not win.
Nearly over!
Sweep. It comes through. The venom, the improbable, the impossible. The 4-time champions.
Guys, we flipped over the win here, and we are back with more Nemesis Gaming League semifinal action. Our last semifinal of the night. And joining me in the booth is a somber, distraught, mortified. I'm running out of adjectives. I'm really not good at English. Ventus, how you doing, man? I know how you're doing. I'm sorry.
This guy, bro. Nah, it was good. It was really close. We kept it close the entire time. We knew it was gonna be an uphill battle, so I feel like Shun played. Solid. I think that's all I could ask from him, and I think it's just it's unfortunate that we weren't able to have our roster, but what are you gonna do? My teammate's getting engaged this weekend, so like we really expect him to take off some Rocket League time, whatever. But anyways, that's all copium from me as a sad person. But we have an amazing matchup right in front of our eyes that I get to talk about right now. The Crows taking on Diffusion, another highly anticipated matchup. Obviously, Diffusion had that bye in the first round. If we want to pull up that the bracket, they had a bye in the first round, and then Crows beating Frost. It was the lowest seed remaining, so now the Crows, as the 6th seed, have to go on and face Diffusion. But man, let me tell you, this Crows team, do not sleep on them.
Yeah, I know a couple of people did sleep on them and bet their channel points and then lost them all. Looking at you, Marco Tugunki, that did happen. So we'll see, if this Crows team can upset once again. And I do think that this Crows team is, like you said, capable. But I do think that this Diffusion team has been dominant all season and will continue to be so. I'm looking at Div and Sub-Zero. Shout out Mallow as well, but Div and Sub-Zero here, gonna look to those two to really turn it on. On the other end, I'm looking at Earn and Mr. Meat God to really cook here. But we shall see. It is, we're going from the Titan League, Ventus, where you just played a great series, into the Novice League, where Mallow, who I disrespected already, is making me shut up.
Yeah, you already see the cars stunting on them. A great kickoff. Well, a little bit of a kickoff goal, I'd say. Early on, Mallow, it's been an interesting tale. Mallow was picked up towards the end of the season. Diffusion, I will say, had looked shaky towards the end of the season. They were able to win their last matchup and kind of get things righted, but before that, it looked like they were 2-2. They had taken a loss to Frost, a loss to Gorgons, and another loss there to Kiwi. So ending 1-3.